Hey there, my name is Chad, and I get a kick out of day trading Forex. It's seriously a ton of fun. I'm not a full-time trader or a pro trader. I just actually think it's genuinely fun. So today we are looking at the Euro US, which is primarily the only pair I trade. Years ago, I used to trade the cable. But I almost only trade the euro nowadays just because it's a little cheaper to get a seat at the table. So I'm currently long on the euro, and here's the reason why. If you look down here, this morning early, it consolidated and basically has a general trend of up. And about right here, it seemed like it was consolidating again. So I picked up a position, and it looked like it was good. Sold off, almost stopped out right there. Almost, it was close. But now it seems like it's kind of bouncing back. But that was my thought process behind opening this position. I actually set an order because it was about right here. And I felt like if it consolidated down around these two candles again, that that'd be a good spot to jump in. So I set an order for 2084, 2085, I think is where it was. It opened up at 2084.9. And that's the position we're in to start out this morning. It's like 6:47. April 27th. I'll be honest, I generally don't even trade until after 7, but I happened to look at the chart early this morning and kind of saw that, and I was like, let's do it. Let's get in. Let's go. Whoo, that thing dissed really. It bobbed forever. It's 7:41, and you can see, look at this crazy up, down, up, down, up, down. That's a great song, by the way. So now it seems to me like it's opening 10 minutes after opening bell. So that's where you really get some motion in the ocean of where things are going to go. I'm probably looking for a new entry point. And I would say from really here, we're starting to see kind of like a pressure down. Even though it pressures down, it wants to pop back up. So if the overall trend is still up, popping in as a long position somewhere in here might really make sense because the overall trend is up. So if we go here, I think I'm going to jump in long just because the overall trend from here to here is still up. Even though we're having a pretty hard sell-off, it's pushing hard right through here, so you kind of got to wonder. But if we get in at 75, then that puts us down around here for our stop loss and up here for our profit. So I think we're in. I think we're going to do it. So place trade. All right. There we go. We're in. We bought really at a new lower low. I think it's a decent call because of the overall trend. So let's see how this bad boy shakes out. Man, this is fun. This looks like it's on the rally. We're 9 pips in. Ooh, wait for it. That's 9.7. There we go. Boom. We didn't even have to worry about moving the stop. It just went ahead and happened. So that worked out great. So the next move we're looking at now is probably something similar where this thing sells back off down into here. Especially if it creates a new higher high and continues to pull that trend, because we're starting to see a new potential downtrend here. So now we just watch the chart, see what happens. All right, just like we wanted, look at this. Popped up right in here, and we've kind of got a like a resistance level right here, almost to the exact pip. So we'll see if this thing pops through and even gets up into the neck of the woods of this tall guy. But either way, we had a pretty big run up, and so the question is, if it made a new higher high, I would be totally optimistic about grabbing another long position, but it's starting to come back down. If it does, and it gets back down into here, I think that's another opportunity to go long. I wished it would have given us a new higher high and then come back down. Cause I don't really want to short, because I do think the overall trend is up, even though, you know, like a quick short, this might make sense to go in, but I'm going to hold off and see what the chart tells us. Okay, this thing is actually selling off. We didn't quite get a higher high right here, but it is definitely selling off. So I think what I might do is put an order down in like this 750 range. So let's go 750. We're going to run. So if it triggers and I happen to not notice it, we're going to put our stop and our limit both in. And we're going to place that order. We're going to buy and we're going to place that order. So this would be where we would pick up the position. This would be where we would close out. So if it comes back down and just kind of does this back and forth thing, then that puts us in a real good spot of snagging something and still keeping the stop down here low. So we did pop up right here. It didn't even quite make it to these two guys. So it didn't make a new higher high. In fact, it didn't even quite get there. And so I think I'm going to pull that order entry, because this is kind of starting to consolidate right in here, and maybe see if it creates a new lower low or a new higher high, because right now it doesn't really quite know what to do. So we're going to pull this off the charts and maybe just kind of wait to see if it came up and hit a new higher high, then that would be pretty exciting. But if it's kind of going to consolidate in here, I'm not really interested in grabbing in a position that just sits and doesn't move, because here in about 45 minutes, the volume that we're experiencing down here will significantly drop off, and then we don't get any movement at all. Look at that. Just barely peaked up, and it's coming back down. We're still getting this like massive consolidation. So I think I am going to put back in an order at the 120,750, 0.20750, and we're going to buy and just kind of have that sitting down there for a minute, because I do think if it pops down into here, I think it's got a good chance of coming back up. One way or the other, it's got to break out of this consolidation. But it did create just a new higher high, so it seems to me like the overall push for up is still in force, even though it's getting very, very, very weak. And I kind of have cold feet even on that order, because if it does break out and comes out of this, who knows? This thing could sell off way down into here easy. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to pull that back off. I don't like that. Ooh, this thing came back down, and I think it's going to bounce. It's not quite got to the 750 mark. Ooh, I was going to jump in. I really wanted to, but I'm not going to. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait this one for a minute. It's 8:47. I'm going to give this a few minutes. This thing is done for the day. It's consolidated right here, and it's not even moving more than like 2 pips, 5 pips. So that's it for me today. Hope you had fun watching, and we will see you on the charts tomorrow.